And welcome to today's session, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about success principle number 4 and 5. With me, I'm Leslie Strachan, and I'm an award-winning trainer, author, certified success principles coach, and a speaker. So today we are going to talk about the success principles methodology from the Jack Canfield group, because that is where we get our inspiration from. So a lot of people would say to me, so how did you get involved with coaching? And the way I did this was I was working in a university with lots of staff and students, and I would say to them, so what are you going to do with your bright, shiny new degree? And you wouldn't credit that pre-COVID, it was about 70%, and post-COVID, it's much higher than that now. And I actually did a workshop with EBP on Friday at the University of Winchester, and it was about 70-30 of 70% of people didn't know what they wanted to do with their lives and career. So I decided to become their guide, and we look at what they want to be, do, and have. And once they've decided that and gone through the vision process, we then start putting together goals and then start putting in place the mental acuity to actually get there and have that self-belief and that self-confidence that anything is actually possible. Here's some of the organizations that trust me. My latest client is Coventry University, rather. And so I work a lot in education, but I do work a lot on CIPD things with the Junior Chamber of Commerce and people like that. So I get around a lot at the minute. So in today's workshops, what I want for you today is to understand the role of self-belief in your life and how to break free from those limiting beliefs. And it's also a bit of CPD time for you as well. And we have to think about our positive mindset, working away from negativity to positivity. And we'll try and get round to that today as well. So there will be some easy wins for you. And I'd like you to have a bit of fun while you're at it. So I've combined success principles 4 and 5, but because they are about self-belief, to be fair. And many of you will know the work of Napoleon Hill, who once said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So the key here is, do you believe that or not? Because if you don't, then it's a little bit of a worry, because if you're going to utilize these success principles, you need to believe that you can achieve, okay? Conceive and achieve. Your mind is super, super powerful. It's probably as good as a computer. It can deliver to you everything you don't want and everything you do want. The trick is to believe that it's possible. So I'm going to have a little story here in terms of a young man that I met at a college around locally where I live. And he was getting what he expected. The whole family were unemployed. He didn't want to be that person who didn't go to college, who didn't go to university, who didn't do anything with his life. So he was put on this course by his college. And in his vision board, he said to me, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be on the dole. I don't want to be looked after by the government. He said, what I'd like to do actually is go and visit my sister in Australia and see how that pans out. And he said, is that actually possible? And I said, absolutely, yes. I went out as a £10 pom and came back years later. So I said, why don't you get yourself a little part-time job, save up some money over the next couple of years, and when you're old enough, you can get a passport, hop on a plane, go see your sister, see how that plans out as a life plan, and then go and do whatever you want to do there. And he looked at me really quizzically and he said, can you really do that, Leslie? I said, yes, you absolutely can. And to see a young man of that age, 15, 16, almost jumping for joy because he'd actually been given opportunities that he didn't realize existed, when you see those light bulb moments in both adults and in students, it's just absolutely amazing in terms of being awe-inspiring. And that's why I do what I do, because I absolutely love it. So moving on is, let's talk sport. I don't like sport much. I'm a dancer. But believing in yourself and going for it is what Andy Murray's done. If you look at some of the biographies from his childhood, there was an intenseness in those eyes and in that body, and a determination to believe that anything was possible. He has suffered major setbacks. He has suffered losses. But the fact is that he keeps getting back onto the tennis courts. He keeps getting that tennis racket in his hand because he still believes that he can do anything he wants to do. Now, if you're sat there thinking, I can't do that, thinking, well, okay, well, if you were the same age and I said to you, it's a possibility you can do that, would you go for it? Yes, would be your answer. And most people will fail because they lack the skills or aptitude to reach their goal, because they simply don't believe that they can reach it. So please don't go off and write several goals in your life, knowing that you have no intention of believing that it's actually possible. You know, life has a series of ups and downs, doesn't it? And sort of getting back on that proverbial horse and doing what you do is really, really important. And that ranges from kids at school, college, university, right through to adults. And lots of people suffer from imposter syndrome. That's fine too. But at the end of the day, believe in you and go for it. Whatever that thing is, it can be large. You don't have to go round trying to win Wimbledon, but you can if you like. I'm sure there's probably different sections for different age groups, but you have to go for it because life is too short. Believing in yourself too is an attitude, and you have to cultivate that attitude. It's a choice that we make, whether we have a good attitude or a bad attitude. You can change over time, to be fair. And so you can change the I can't, I won't, I couldn't, I shouldn't into I cans, or this is a possibility. The past is the past. Whatever's gone before is completely irrelevant. It's what you do with your life now, how you move forward. It's your responsibility. And as we say as Canfield trainers, it's 100% your responsibility. You can't blame anyone else for your own lack of self-confidence and self-belief. You have to believe it's possible and set your mind to it. So the latest brain research is quite interesting in terms of neuropsychology, that the more you do self-talk, the more you visualize, the more you have proper training, coaching and practice day after day, week after week, the better you get at being more positive. The guy here is called Joseph Cannell. He was an American television producer, writer, novelist, and what have you. And he just simply refused to believe that things weren't possible. He'd had several different careers, and it was lovely because he sort of trained his brain away from I didn't, I can't, I shouldn't, I wouldn't, I'm an imposter. Oh, why me? Why should I go for that? He didn't believe in any of that. And in the end, ended up writing 350 scripts for 38 different shows and loved his job. You know, that's the way things work in the world. So I'm going to challenge you this week to give up these words. I can't, I wish I were able to, I should do this or that or the other. I could do that, but I'm not sure. I want you to have those on the left-hand side of a sheet of paper, and on the other side, it's I can do this if I choose to. I wish I could do that. And so on. I should, so you can change that to I will, I could, I will. You have to believe in yourself when nobody else does. That's what makes you a winner. That's what will get you the job interview. That's what will get a good CV out there. That's how you behave at work, which will give you an uplift in your salary, which will give you a promotion. I can do that. I'll help you with that. Yep, that's absolutely fine. Venus Williams, obviously, you know, she's an Olympic gold medalist and professional tennis champion. You'll pick up here that a lot of sports analogies here, but you take those sports analogies and you use them in your own life. Okay. So my challenge to you today is to ask you what you will do differently today, tomorrow, the day after that. What will you do consistently on a daily basis to increase your self-belief and your self-confidence? Let me know. Connect with me on LinkedIn, go on YouTube, follow some of the videos there. Send me a message to leslie@lesliestrachan.co.uk. Send me an email. Let me know what you're doing. And finally, why don't you gather some images that represent what you want in life and then put a big, I can do this, all over your vision board. This is my vision board. It's up and down some days, sometimes I'm achieving these things. Another day I'll be sidewinded by something happening in the family or at work. But I believe that everything on this vision board is possible. I don't know how yet, but it will happen. So let me know how you're getting on today, and I will see you next time when we're going to look at unleashing the power of goal setting, which is in about 2 weeks' time. If you want more, please do join these weekly moments of life coaching or get onto my website, lesliestrachan.com, or look at some of the other YouTube videos. So good luck, everybody. Thank you for working with me today. Remember that the Jack Canfield methodology has 64 timeless principles. Today we've covered 2 of them, Success Principle 4 and 5. And there's some books down the bottom there that you might like to read. Okay, so thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next time.